now live.
We're live? We're live. Oh my God, we're live. Hi, Venice Art Crawl. How are you? My name is Tolentino, and we are at O Gallery here. First off, I want to thank Sunny Bag for this opportunity, and happy 10th anniversary! Yay! Tonight we're here. We're so happy to be the pre-show to the actual art crawl, and we're at O Gallery, and we're here to have a conversation on Black male identity. We curated this show about a week ago with artist Sage Gallen, and the show came about due to the current climate with brutality and specifically towards our Black and brothers and sisters. Sage is an artist whom I met through a different artist. Her name is Karen Bicet at the Lost Warhols, and she introduced me to the Black empowerment movement, and not only towards Black but towards everybody. And we seek to bring forth this message tonight and through the art. So this is one of Sage's first pieces, well, the first in the exhibit tonight, and it has to do with tribalism. As you can see, the skull, and his genre is figurative impressionism, and Sage tells us that he loves when people touch the art. I'm not going to touch the art, but the owner. He wants people to feel the tension between the colors and the different strokes. As you can see, a lot of the strokes have different colors. And we start here because in the history of Black art and Black imagery, as we go back, we start at tribalism. And this is one of the images. The image is obscure. There's only a face. Yes. I love his use of colors and brush strokes. It's a beautiful piece. At the end, we'll share a link to the catalog. And from here, from tribalism, we jump to another piece. It's called Change of Heart. And Sage will tell us that in this piece, he is looking to inspire people to change the way that they see Black males, Black people of color. And here you see the stairs, and this is our trajectory as human beings into that. As you can see, the use of red, drip, and splash as symbolism of the struggle, the words, and the image. If you go back to Black art in Basquiat, you would see images almost omnious with no faces or with a tribal connotation to them. And I feel in the trajectory of this art and curation of it, we've gone from omnious to actual giving it character, and now moving to the next piece, we see a clear face and personality to the art. And this particular piece is a tension between male and female relationship. Also, the face is one of almost Marilyn Monroe. We see a lot of that in current music, like Nicki Minaj. Oh, cool. Nicki Minaj and different artists, Beyonce. Hi, Sage.
Hey guys, how are you?
Sage is joining us now, the artist.
Hi guys, I hope you guys are enjoying. Thank you guys. I cannot tell you how honored I am to be a part of the art crawl, the Venice Art Crawl. I am super stoked. I'm sorry I'm not there with you. I'm in Arizona visiting family, but I'm going to let you continue, Stephen. I'm not going to interrupt you. You're doing such a great job.
Thank you. And so here we have between the male and female dynamics. Moving on to the next piece. We have a Black male. And here, with the rest of the curation, which we don't have here tonight, I see a use of color in the blonde hair. We discuss the identity, not identity crisis, but the identity that a lot of Black males or people of color sometimes believe or take under using blonde hair or taking on this to identify, to assimilate, and also to avoid being labeled as perhaps a thug or a threat. Do you have anything to add, Sage?
Well, yeah, it speaks to how people of color, exactly what you just said, have to navigate in many respects. Particularly, I think, being an African American male, knowing firsthand how people have reacted to me without knowing who I was as a human being. And this piece, it represents kind of the duality of the, not the tribalism, but the ancestral heritage, juxtaposed to the contemporary way in which we have to function in a world which at times has been hostile to us, and just navigating through those two experiences and how it can kind of quantify as schizophrenic at times. And so the sullenness in his eyes, the determination of his lips, the strength of his chest, and the chaos of the background, and for me speaks to that dichotomy, which a lot of people of color have to navigate through on a daily basis. So yeah, that's it.
And from here, this was one of your earlier pieces. When did you create?
Yeah. Well, I reemerged, or I restarted painting in 2014. I think that's done. I think I did that, I don't know. I think I did that like 2015, early 2015.
Beautiful.
That particular piece. Thank you.
And then moving on to the next piece, which we call Black Boy Magic in 2020. I feel like this is a beautiful piece to end with, because as we are now in 2020, we battle with that same question of when, there was I'll tell you the story of somebody who came in and saw this painting, and he himself was Black, and he asked, he's like, I see so many people within this, which is what the movement is about equality. And if you see this painting, you can see different colors of different flesh. It is called Black Boy Magic, but within this piece is many people, a dualism that we are all human and all the same.
Yeah.
And I talk about the using pigment. Our invitation to the last creation was just one face in yellow. But as we add different pigments to different art, like here, whether it be black, then you feel a different way, and versus when it has different colors. And which is how I feel personally about the movement and ethnicity and equality. It is the connotation that we give it. And I welcome everybody in this curation to invite Black artists into your home to drive the conversation of equality and the movement. And you can do that with one of these pieces.
Yeah.
Sage, tell us a little bit more about yourself and who you are and your art.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity, first of all, Stephen and O Gallery. I love you guys. Thank you again to Venice Art Crawl. What you just said was so poignant to me, because I think with my body of work, be it through my painting, my music videos, my short films, my photography, one thing that I find very important is drawing the line that links us, juxtaposed to the walls that separate us. I think we are all intrinsically connected, and I try to have that reflection in my work. I grew up in a commune in Northern California in the mid '70s, and so my life, my formative years were spent being raised by people from every walk of life. When we left that situation, when we left the commune, because it was a place called Synanon, we moved back to New York, where I was introduced to misogyny, I was introduced to racism, I was introduced to all of the things that we place to separate ourselves from each other. And, I grew up as a square kid. I was an honor roll student, a prom king. But in my early 20s, I got one of the most profound gifts of my life, and that was a drug addiction that had me homeless. And really that enabled me to understand how connected we all are, and that everyone is valuable. So I try to reflect that in all of my work. Um, my first CD is called Naked Under My Clothes, and you can check that out on my YouTube channel, Sage Gallen. And the metaphor for that is that we put on all of these clothes, all of these outfits, to hide ourselves from others or to protect ourselves from others. But when we stand naked, we stand in confidence and in our authentic self. And again, I just hope that my work reflects that we're all connected, that we all have our vulnerabilities, our fears, our triumphs, our joys, and the things that we create to separate us are superficial. We're stronger together, and the combination of the textures, and I do want people to touch the work because there's texture there, like there's texture in each and every one of us. Um, you have the dichotomy of the chaos of the backgrounds and the figures themselves. And I think that's emblematic of the society in which we are living in right now. There's so many layers, colors that create the. I think I'm stuck. Really, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, you cut off a
Am
little,
I
but
still
thank
there?
you, Sage.
Oh,
We
thank you.
appreciate you joining us. I love you so
Oh,
much.
it's my
And
pleasure.
this
I love you guys
collection
too.
was meant to drive the conversation of identity and how
Hmm.
we have the power to change the identity now. And we can do that by supporting Black artists. And I encourage you to look at different collections like the Soul of the Nation, um, and Antoine Sargent, who has a beautiful book called The Vanguards of Style, and he is a writer and curator. And we can.
And other artists like Jahazai Nambu, Yo-Yo Lander, Alistair. Um, there's just a plethora of people. Caviar. If you ever go, if you're on Instagram, there's a brother in New York named Caviar, who's amazing. Um, Michael Hefka, who's one of my mentors and my idols. So yeah, and for me personally, I want to thank you all. All right, all
Sage.
right, all right, baby. I don't know how
No,
this works.
I think you have to end on your end
I end on
so
my
we can
end.
continue. Yeah.
Okay.
So on your
I guess
screen.
I'm 50. I don't know how this works. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you,
Here we
Stephen.
go.
Thank you, O Gallery. Thank you so much, Venice Art Crawl. I love you guys. Thank you. All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. Beautiful.
There we go. Thank you to Sage. Now continuing on our journey, we are featuring artist Reena Tolentino, who is a young, talented artist whose work is so inspiring. And here we're with Kobe Bryant's Day coming up on 8/24. We will be releasing a limited edition print of Kobe Bryant in his honor. The prints will benefit female youth, at least in the inner city. The reason why Reena chose to highlight NBA All-Stars is because she is impressed by the drive and motivation that athletes have towards their craft, which is what drives her. And in many respects, that is a lesson in itself that she'd like to share with her collectors and fans. The motivation and hard work that it takes to become a legend. As you can tell, one of Reena's very special, in my opinion, is her method of using a Rorschach ink block, as you can tell in the figure of his face. And on top of that, she is very inspired by the great masters and uses that in her art with a mixture of pop art, which in itself, to me, is driving a new genre of art, of pop art. The use of color, yellow is meant for loyalty, and purple for royalty, green for growth, and red for passion. In this curation, we'll be highlighting different grades from NBA legends to icons like Basquiat, who is one of the most renowned artists in the world and has inspired so many and continue to inspire so many today. And this particular piece, again, uses the Rorschach method, which she's known for. It's a combination of Rorschach ink block and also, again, pop art and numerology. And if you can see here, she has words in here: lie, equations, infinity, divinity, love, can't, I can't lie. This particular, and she uses the dualism of positive and negative, which comes with fame, which is something that she really drives in all her collections, is studying that dualism and that tension between fame and notoriety, which brings so much emotion to her pieces. There's also a print of the Basquiat that is being released, that is available. The next piece here is Anthony Davis, the Laker superstar, and this piece is a beautiful plethora of colors. And Reena's method of creating art is she loves to layer different colors, and it's a combination of that, which makes this piece pop and be so dynamic. I love the use of acrylic here that almost looks like watercolors, which again goes back to her inspirations of the great, like Matisse, and which she incorporates. And you see here almost like the sun and the stars. All that is incorporated into her work, which makes it very unique. And again, the Rorschach ink block and stencil feel. Next we have another very prominent figure, which is an American legend, Stevie Wonder. And Stevie represents such, and I don't want to say old school, but yes, an old school mentality and of this success that came from hard work and through music, elevating his culture, the American culture, and which is such a big part of our lives today. I love the white in this piece, and the numbers. And next we have Kawhi Leonard, which is a former LA Clippers, and last year won the championship. Oh, it's an LA Clipper, and last year won the championship. We were trying to get Reena to join us, but she's currently working on a project. But these beautiful pieces are of legends, and what Reena stands for, which is such a beautiful thing, again, is driving the the motivation behind each of these athletes and using that to have her collectors be inspired. This particular piece has never been seen before, so we're very happy to introduce it here at the 10th anniversary of the Venice Art Crawl. Is there anybody in the audience that have any question about the art? We'll be welcome to take you live. Sunny back went to high school with John Paul. Wow. This is Reena Tolentino. And this is all done by hand. This is, to me, creating this image from is such a talent. Whose photo of JP was this based on? Mm-hmm.
Yes, question.
Reena Tolentino will have prints available come this weekend on ogallery.com, ogalleryla.com. You can follow us on Instagram. Prints are available of Basquiat and Kobe Bryant. Does anybody have any questions for us or would like to join us live? Sunny, would you like to join us and talk a little bit? We're waiting for Sunny. This is Orlando Aguian. He is the owner of O Gallery.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, Sunny.
Hi.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much. How are you?
Thank you. We're good. We're so
good.
excited to be a
love
part
your
of this.
tour. Thank you so much. That's been really
Oh,
great.
you're welcome.
And I love those pieces. They're awesome. We have a lot of art crawl people on here now, and it was just really terrific. I really loved that. Yep, I was wondering, so with the photos that were in the subject, who was it a variety of people that took those? Were they based on photos, or are they just, are they collaborations is what I want to know.
No, they're just her rendition of a photo that she felt. Because she goes through, she studies the artist, looks at their past, what they've done, what they represent, and she tries to embody it. But she looks for images that she feels comes to her.
That speaks to her. And this particular image, she likes to do the dualism. If you can see, there's almost like tears dripping down.
Yeah.
And then blood in his mouth. I cannot lie.
Inspired by Basquiat. How old is the artist?
Yeah. Reena, how old is Reena?
She's almost 30.
She's almost 30 years old.
Wow.
But yeah, what I love about her work is that she's really, in my opinion, starting like a new genre with the Rosha and using acrylic where it almost looks like watercolors, you know, and like inspired by Matisse. And, you know, this is a new iteration of it.
Where is the gallery? Where can we see this?
O Gallery is located, right now we have a pop-up at the Infinity Room.
Oh, where's
by
that?
Delicious Pizza on West Adams Boulevard.
Oh,
54.
yes.
Yeah, the Infinity Room, so beautiful. It's such a cool spot and neighborhood. West Adams is a thriving neighborhood with new galleries like Band of Vices across the street, which is our friend, and Orlando, of course, and he's been with Delicious Pizza crew from the get-go working. He comes from a music background and story with Basquiat. I met Orlando through Karen Beisted, and
Yes.
they were curating an image for an original image by Basquiat that he did for the music group The Os. And yes, and that's
Karen,
how we
who
met.
does all the Andy Warhol collaborations
Yes,
with
the
all her
lostwarhol.com.
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. What's
Uh,
his Instagram? What's her
for,
Instagram?
Hers is Reena Tolentino.
Let's put that in the thing. How do you
Reena
spell that?
Tolentino. We'll put it on the
It's
screen if you want. And ours is at O Gallery LA.
at O Gallery LA. Yeah, the pizza there at Delicious is amazing.
Yeah, I think we have some friends. I've never met you in person, but I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the 10
I
years.
totally love it.
We have some mutual friends. We just
Thank
never been
you.
able to connect. But
Yeah, I was
appreciate
part of a group show there, a David Bowie show. So my photo of David Bowie was in that
Yes.
show,
oh,
in that gallery.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
I gotta
Yes.
see it. We gotta
I
see
know
it,
it's a,
Sonny.
yeah, I sold it. Yeah.
Good. That's good.
Great.
That's great.
It's
We're
fantastic.
at 5413 West Adams, 5413
5413.
5413.
West Adams. Yeah.
Delicious pizza
Great.
at 5419. But park in the back. And
Oh, yeah, there's
yeah,
parking.
please make it.
Yeah,
Yeah, please
that
make an
area is
appointment.
really coming up. That area is really
It
coming
is.
up. They're really trying
Yes.
to make it into the new Soho, into the new Venice, into the new whatever. It's just, Venice is Venice. It's hot here, but it's not as hot as it is in the Adams district. But yeah, but that's where
Yeah,
artists go, wherever the cheap real estate is. But I think
exactly.
it's popping there.
Absolutely, and that's why we chose these particular artists, because these are the new popping artists. I failed to mention that Sage's work has also been exhibited at the African American Museum, and these pieces, we are offering now are
Yeah.
part of a growing collection, and for collectors, this art will appreciate. And we are working on some very big shows, so I invite you to please look at the catalog, which we will pin after this. And
Great.
yes,
Put it in the link.
yes, I'll put in the link.
Yeah,
And
they're
the other
fantastic.
artist, thank you. And Reena is an emerging artist who is creating her own genre, and I mean, based on the masters. And this art is unique in itself, and we're so excited to be representing her
Yeah, I
and
love it.
celebrating Kobe this August 24th with a limited edition print that will benefit inner city youth, specifically
Nice.
female girl programs, female youth athlete programs.
That's awesome. Wow, that's great. That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming and for joining the Art Crawl. And I have to pop out to get ready to greet Mike
Yes.
Bonin at 6 o'clock. But thank you. You can definitely hang out and answer some questions. And I'll see you guys. Stay tuned for all the stuff that we have between 6 and 10 tonight. And
Yes.
refresh your pages, guys, because you have to refresh the page after every feed to be able to see the next feed. And
Awesome.
thank you so much. I'll be back.
Venice Art Crawl, 6 to 10 p.m.
Yes.
All right. One last time, we will tour the art for y'all that are just joining us. This is artist Sage Gallen. This particular piece is called Black Boy Magic. And his genre of art is figurative impressionism. And in this collection, in this curation, we discuss the dynamic of identity, specifically Black males, and we highlight in this curation going from tribalism into figurative impressionism. And our young artist, Reena Tolentino, who is from Los Angeles, California, who will be releasing a limited edition print of Kobe Bryant for his anniversary. And Reena's work is meant to inspire and the viewer, the collectors, and to show the dualism of fame and notoriety. As you can see, she uses her colors almost like blood. And her use of color is meant, the yellow for loyalty, the red for passion. What I love about her work is that it almost embodies, the mass. It is an embodiment of that, and it's so many layers to this work, ranging from pop art to impressionism to the Rorschach block ink method. And she combines all this to create these beautiful pieces. Here we have Stevie Wonder. Also part of her work, numerology. I love how happy he is in this shot and the happiness that music brings us. This is what this piece is meant to embody. LA Clippers. Kawhi.
They may win.
Yes, I just read that. The LA Clippers are at the, set to possibly win, in favor to win. So thank you so much to everybody who joins us. Once again, my name is Steve Galindo, and I'm the curator for a conversation on Black male identity. And this is the gallery owner, Orlando Guillen, O Gallery, LA. Happy 10th anniversary, Sunny. And join the Venice Art Crawl, 6 to 10 p.m. Take care, everybody.